And the holiday season is here, bringing joy, family time, laughter, and sometimes, well, conflict, right? Whether it's deciding which party to attend or arguing about politics at the dinner table, you'll probably have to confront at least one sore subject this holiday season. And while the last thing anyone wants to do during all these festivities is have an argument, well, sometimes it's just inevitable. So Bob Bordone, he's an expert in conflict resolution and mediation. He's a fellow at Harvard Law School and the co-author of this best-selling book that you see right there, Conflict Resilience: Negotiating Disagreement Without Giving Up or Giving In. And thankfully, he's right here with us to share how we can reframe conflict as an opportunity rather than a disaster. Bob, it is so good to see you.
Gio, great to be here. Thanks for having
Absolutely.
me.
So in this book, one of the things that you're doing is that you're saying view conflict, view these arguments as a place for growth in a relationship, not necessarily something to avoid.
Absolutely. You know, I think this is counterintuitive because we grow up often thinking conflict is bad. But in fact, conflict is the place where we can join in true connection. Because every time I avoid telling you something that's important about me, because I think you might disagree, it's a moment where you're not getting to know me and you're not getting to connect with me. And so the reframing of conflict handled well, because if you have a relationship, you have conflict.
Yeah.
So the reframing of that into a way to actually have better relationships, I think helps us enter into those hard moments, seeing that there's something better on the other side.
You know, it's funny you say that because I often think that sometimes when you have these tough conversations, someone walks away respecting you a little bit more. And I think that the conversations end up becoming much more better, much more authentic, don't they?
Amen. I mean, I feel that, you know, one of the things, I had a colleague who, when she looked at the book, she sent it to a friend of hers and she said, "This is a book about speaking up." And I thought, I didn't mean it that way, but in fact, I think it is, because there is this way that if you could have a hard conversation and come out the other end, there is more respect, there is more understanding. And one thing I would just say about this is, it doesn't mean you have to agree. It just means that somehow we saw each other in a way that helped bring us together more.
I love that. I love that. So tell me, you were mentioning reframing. How do we do that, though, in real time, right? It can feel overwhelming when you're in the middle of this heated conversation.
Yeah. So, you know, one of the neat things for me in working on this project was I did it with a brain scientist. And, and I'm not a brain scientist, but there's so much going on in our brains in that moment, right, when we either want to run for the hills or get into a big battle. And so this may sound simple, but it's so important. It's just the power of taking a pause and a breath and breathing in, because that gives the brain, which is operating from an emotional perspective, like the amygdala, a chance to actually calm down so that our frontal lobe, the more cognitive piece, can regain some control. And so just breathing and pausing makes a huge difference.
Boundaries are also very important, right?
Yes. You know, one of the things as we talk about engaging in conflict and going to uncomfortable places, we also say that's different from subjecting yourself to trauma or abuse or somebody who really doesn't care about you. And so really thinking about, is this someone I care about who can engage with me, but maybe we just don't see eye to eye? Or am I putting myself in a situation that actually it's okay to say no here?
I love that. 5 seconds left. That one phrase that you should use to reframe.
Yeah. So just, listen and breathe.
Listen and breathe. I love it. Thank you so much.
Gio, thanks for having me.
Bob Bordone, thank you so much. Conflict Resilience is available online and in stores right now. Make sure to check it out.